Welcome back to the channel. Today we got another prospect video here for the Boston Bruins. But before I get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and go check out the other prospect videos as we already done Anaheim and Arizona as well. Thing about this prospect video, let's get to the video now, is Boston trades their first round picks away to try and get better in the postseason. So the prospect pool for a lot of teams that do that don't end up as high end as, say, Arizona per se, or the lower teams that are looking just to acquire prospects, get rid of their good player to a contending team that are on their last year of their deals or so. So at number 5, because we do top 5, we got Oscar Steen. What's the future holds for Steen? That remains to be seen, but in 20 games with the Boston Bruins this season, that 5'9", 199-pound forward held his own essentially. I watched a few games. He scored his first career goal against the New Jersey Devils and finished the season with 2 goals, 6 points, with 25 shots on net. He also, in the AHL this year, has put up his best AHL season in 3 years, with 15 goals, 20 assists in 49 games. He was picked 165th overall in the 2016 draft. Has proven himself to be capable for a full-time NHL spot and could find himself with the bottom 6 role, and that could be in the near future, or this could be next season. Like I said, Boston gives up their first round picks a bit here to get better at the deadline. And that is, sorry, I just got a text. That is how it goes. Now, at number 4, they got Jack Stanica. Stanica, I probably spelled that wrong. The question surrounding the center depth going into the 2022-23 season, like, there's questions for it. Who's going to be center and all that. The 23-year-old has done just about everything that has been asked of him and still finds himself in the AHL. There has been moments when he has been moved to the wing in Boston, but he's best suited when he's in his natural position at center. The Bruins need to either commit to Stanica, who is a restricted free agent this upcoming season, or try and move him in a package deal that helps the current roster. Keeping him in Providence again for another season will not do the 53rd overall pick in 2017 draft or the Bruins any good. This guy, he should be in the NHL. He's a good player. He's a good two-way player. But playing him on wing is not what he's used to. Play him down the middle and slowly transition him to wing. Just don't go say, hey, you're going to play wing this game, and that's it. You have to do a smooth transition into winger that the guy can understand, because he's been playing center his whole entire life. It's easy for a center to go, or a winger to go center back to winger, sure, but when you haven't done that ever and you're just a strict center, that's how you understand the game, that's how you're going to do better. You have to transition him. You can't just expect him to know what he's doing, because he gets in his own head then. He gets puck watching, and that's going to cause problems for him if he's going to play winger. At number 3, we got Jacob Zaboro. One of the Bruins' top defensive prospects was playing well this season when a knee injury that required season-ending surgery in December against Nashville. His full season was in 2020, when he played 42 games of the 56-game shortened regular season. He played 10 games this season and was well on his way to earn more ice time when the injury occurred. Zaboro got an extension on May 16th, locking up the 13th overall pick in the 2015 draft, committing him to either shows that he is in the mix for a spot next season, or he is traded this summer on a team-friendly deal, there is bound to be some movement on the left side of the defense this offseason, and Borle has clearly shown he is NHL ready. This is what I've been saying since the start of the video is when you trade your first rounders for guys and whatnot throughout the offseason at the trade deadline, you're going to end up with your prospects in quotations being drafted in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 because you have no really high-end prospects after that because you trade your first round picks away a lot. That's just the scenario of trading your first round picks away. We'll see that with Tampa Bay. We'll see that with a lot of teams that are constantly in the playoffs, moving their first round picks to try and get better, try and win a Stanley Cup, which is the end goal for every team, is to win the Stanley Cup, do what you have to do. Boston's one of those teams that do that. Back to number 2, Mason Lohrei. There is a lot of hype around the Bruins 2020 pick in the second round at number 58. After 2 strong seasons with the Green Bay Gamblers in the USHL that saw him collect 69 assists in 98 games, he continued a strong play in his freshman season with Ohio State University, which he had 25 assists and 29 points for Ohio. In 31 games for the Buckeyes before suffering an injury to the season end, like I said, had 25 assists and 29 points. He's a 6'4", 194-pound playmaker. Has a combination of being a physical defenseman in his own zone while also adding the impressive offensive game. He is returning to Ohio State for his sophomore season, but his time to join Boston is not far off. This kid is sensational. He's a really good player. He's a two-way player that can find the open guy and get those assists for him. He is what the Boston Bruins need in their lineup now. Yes, he is going back to playing in college for one more season, but next year, like 2023, 2024, watch out because this guy will be he's already NHL ready, but he will be making the Boston Bruins, and that is something excited to see for the Bruins coming up. At number 1, least but not all, Fabian Lysell. Speaking of someone's time not being too far off, in the Boston Bruins first round pick last July at number 21, had a very impressive rookie season with the Vancouver Giants in the Western Hockey League. He scored 22 goals and collected 40 assists in 53 regular season games for the Giants. His best has yet to come in the postseason. He played a big part in Vancouver, becoming the first ever number 8 seed to knock out the top seed in the WHL playoffs when the Giants took down the Everett Silvertips. He began the series with 5 assists game and continued his streak through the playoffs. He finished with 4 goals, 17 assists in 12 games. He is expected to be in training camp next season and possibly fighting for a roster spot. He projects to be in the top 6 right wing, and the Boston Bruins could have found themselves a strong right side if they lock up David Pastrnak long term. There's no question the Bruins have a top-heavy prospect pool in this July's draft in Montreal. Boston does not have when I wrote this was a bit later. Boston does not have a first round because it was traded to the Anaheim Ducks for Hampus Lindholm in March. Sweeney could get back in the first round with the trade before that, which by the time this video is out, we already know that that's passed. They didn't do anything. As when I started this was off of a website that was in June, I believe it was May, that I took pieces from. So Lysell is going to be a top player for the Boston Bruins on that right side. starting this year. I believe he can make it in. Uh, he could be that top 6 right wing or top 9 right wing, depending on what the Boston Bruins do want to do. And he is a solid guy. He knows how to score. He could score 22 goals, had 40 assists in 53 games with the Giants. That's huge. He's a playmaker that can score. He likes to get to the gritty areas, and that's what Boston needs to help out that second line is get to the gritty areas. Open up space for everyone else. That is how you win. Look at I know I use this a lot. Look at the Edmonton Oilers after they got Evander Kane, who is a physical scorer. You I don't know if anyone's seen. Did you see how much ice that Connor McDavid had on when Kane was out there? There was a lot more. This guy can bring that physical presence for a guy like Bergeron and whatnot, whoever's on that second line, Taylor Hall, and it'll be great to see him out there in a Boston uniform. But that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys stay safe out there, and I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next one.